Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are here again with an lyric analysis of a song. This one, it's after I got through watching so many of his videos. I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to do a lyrical analysis of his videos. And this guy I've listened to for a long, long time. Weird Al Yankovic. I believe it was the songs Eat It and Fat was the first ones I heard. So it's most of his career I've kept up with. Only like the very early songs that I kind of miss out on. Like My Bologna and another one rides the bus, stuff like that. But yeah, Eat It Fat, that was kind of where I was introduced. So yeah. Now, if you don't know Weird Al too much, he does make his own music. A lot of polka medleys and stuff. But the big attraction for him is he takes a song, gets permission from the artist, and he makes his own version of it. And he's done this for 40 years. 40 plus years. So yeah. It's just freaking crazy. And it's just a wide array of topics he spoofs. And the one we're looking at today is Amish Paradise. It's a spoof off the song by Coolio called Gangster's Paradise. I remember when both came out. I listened to both and I thought both were awesome, but yeah. Amish Paradise. Let's go ahead and see what Genius.com has to say about it before we get into the lyrics. Before recording this satire of Amish life, Weird Al, as with all parodies he does, got the permission from the original artist Coolio. Or so he thought. As it turns out, Coolio didn't actually give him permission, or at least that's what he claims. Since there is no need for any permission to record parodies due to fair use laws, no legal action was taken, and Weird Al and Coolio later reconciled, even later admitting it's a funny song. Because of this incident, Weird Al now asks the artist directly instead of asking through a third party. Several instances of the video show a close-up of Al appearing sweaty, a reference to the original video. Yeah, in the original video, they have a guy singing back up, and he's sitting there, and he's, kind of in this semi-dark room, and you can see the sweat pouring off his face. So, and that's what it's supposed to be a reference to the original video. But yeah, it's awesome. Let's get into the lyrics. Read through them here first. Verse 1. As I walk through the valley where I harvest my grain, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain. And that's just perfect for an Amish like me. You know I shun fancy things like electricity. At 4:30 in the morning I'm milking cows. Jebediah feeds the chicken and Jacob plows. Fool, I've been milking and plowing so long that even Ezekiel thinks that my mind is gone. I'm a man of the land, I'm into discipline. Got a Bible in my hand and a beard on my chin. But if I finish all my chores and you finish mine, then tonight we're going to party like it's 1699. I'm telling you, I love his stuff. So good. Chorus. It's been, we've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. I churned butter once or twice, living in an Amish paradise. It's hard work and sacrifice, living in an Amish paradise. We sell quilts at discount price, living in an Amish paradise. Verse 2. A local boy kicked me in the butt last week. I just smiled at him and I turned the other cheek. I really don't care. In fact, I wish him well. 'Cause I'll be laughing my head off when he's burning in hell. But I ain't never punched a tourist even if he deserved it. And Amish with attitude, you know that's unheard of. I never wear buttons, but I got a cool hat. And my homies agree I really look good in black, fool. If you come visit, you'll be bored to tears. We haven't even paid the phone bill in 300 years. But we ain't really quaint, so please don't point and stare. We're just technologically impaired. Pre-chorus. There's no phone, no lights, no motor car, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe, it's as primitive as it can be. And then we get back to the chorus, and it's the same, pretty much like last time, it just varies a little bit. We've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. We're just plain and simple guys living in an Amish paradise. There's no time for sin or vice, living in an Amish paradise. We don't fight, we all play nice, living in an Amish paradise. We get into the bridge. Hitching up the buggy, churning lots of butter, raised a barn on Monday, soon I'll raise another. Think you're really righteous? Think you're pure of heart? Well, I know I'm a million times as humble as thou art. I'm the pious guy the little omelets want to be like. On my knees day and night scoring points for the afterlife. So don't be vain and don't be whiny. Or else, my brother, I might have to get medieval on your hiney. And we get back to the chorus. We've been, at this point, they're going, oh. So he goes into the chorus. We've been spending most our lives living in an Amish paradise. We're all crazy midnights living in an Amish paradise. There's no cops and traffic lights living in an Amish paradise. But you probably think it bites living in an Amish paradise. So they're still going on. Oh. At this point, you know, it's this big chorus. And Al's doing it too. And so we finish up. Ooh, yeah. So that's the lyrics to the song. God, I love this. I'm telling y'all. The Weird Al is a big part of my youth musically. Yeah. You gotta love it. He's one guy who has been underappreciated. Even though all his music is great. Some not quite as good as others, but all of them are good songs. And it's just, yeah. He's been like I said, he's been doing this for 40 years. He's got a huge catalog of albums. And like I said, so a huge number of them are just parodies. song parodies. So yeah, I remember the Coolio beef with Weird Al. It says, I didn't give him permission. That was a serious. He's sitting there wiping down his Grammy. He says, that was a serious song. Look it up. I might add that video in there. I might just look that up for y'all. I don't care. It's a wild video. But yeah. One thing let's do before we go any further here, since this song is basically just about the Amish and talking about the very non-technological life they live in very plain style. Let's take a look at who they are. Just a quick kind of glance here at the Amish according to Wikipedia. They are an ethno-religious group with Swiss, German, and Alsatian origins, consisting of several Anabaptist Christian church fellowships. They are closely related to Mennonites, a separate Anabaptist denomination. They are known for simple living, plain dress, Christian pacifism, and slowness to adopt many conveniences of modern technology, with a view neither to interrupt family time or replace face-to-face conversations, nor replace face-to-face conversations whenever possible, and a view to maintain self-sufficiency. They value rural life, manual labor, humility, and Gelassenheit, which is submission to God's will. It looks like it's a German word, so. But yeah. As they rarely accept converts, maintain a separate language and culture from surrounding populations, and hold their faith in common, they have been described by scholars as an ethno-religious group, combining features of an ethnicity and a denomination. So yeah, the actual Amish themselves, they're so really defined by their fervor and belief in religion that, yeah, you can see them being listed as an ethno-religious group. Because, to be fair, they are just mostly European. Swiss, German, Alsatian, that's eastern France and the west bank of the upper Rhine River. So yeah, that region of Europe. It's mid-Europe. That's where their family tree comes from. But they're also strongly religious. So yeah, they believe in dressing very plainly, living simple, growing their own food, making their own clothes. It's very self-sufficient. Like the article said, they don't adopt modern technology with any swiftness. Their way of travel, most of them, is by horse and buggy. But yeah. It's wild. Most Amish speak Pennsylvania Dutch, but Indiana's Swiss Amish also speak Alemannic, Alemannic dialects. As of 2023, over 377,000 Old Order Amish lived in the United States, and about 6,000 lived in Canada, a population that is rapidly growing. Amish church groups seek to maintain a degree of separation from the non-Amish world. And non-Amish people are generally referred to as English by the Amish, and outside influences are often described as worldly. So yeah, very inward looking. They stay close. I know one of the yeah, I think this mentions it here. Amish church membership begins with adult baptism, usually between the ages of 16 and 23. Church districts have between 20 and 40 families, and worship services are held every other Sunday in a member's home or barn. Notice, they don't need a church. That's what I try to tell other religious people around. I'm like, the church don't really matter. It's, the individual and their relationship with their religious beliefs. I'm atheist, and even I know this. Yeah, but anyway, the rules of the church, the Ordnung, which differs to some extent between different districts, are reviewed twice a year by all members of the church. And what they're saying by the church, the religious group, the religious community, not necessarily an actual church. The Ordnung must be observed by every member and covers many aspects of day-to-day living, including prohibitions or limitations on the use of power line electricity, telephones, and automobiles, as well as regulations in clothing. Generally, a heavy emphasis is placed on church and family relationships. The Amish typically operate their own one-room schools. You don't see too many of them, if at all, anymore. I know we, around here, where I was born and raised and live and everything, there used to be, you could find old one-room schools. They weren't in use anymore, but yeah. And discontinue formal education after grade 8, age 13 to 14. Most Amish do not buy commercial insurance or participate in Social Security. As present-day Anabaptist, Amish church members practice non-resistance and will not perform any type of military service. It didn't mention the thing I was looking for. I was looking for the one thing that's often talked about is around the age of 18, an Amish is given a chance to go out and explore the world to decide if they want to continue go back to being Amish or just become a member of the outside world. At least that's, I think it was the Amish. Language, ethnicity, para-Amish groups. Populations, distribution by country. I'm just looking through the Wikipedia article here, seeing what else they have. Seekers and joiners. But they do occasionally allow people to test out the Amish life to see how they would, if they think it would be for them, and they're then given a choice. But yeah. Do, 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 do. Well, I don't see that. I could have swore it was the Amish that did that, where it's like you're given a chance to live out in the modern world and decide whether you want to come back and go back to being Amish or continue in the modern world. But I'm not seeing anything about that. I may be wrong. I have been before. But anyway, let's go back up to the top here. Yeah. I know the languages are a bit interesting. Swiss German, Swiss German, or Swiss Amish, subgroup of Amish that immigrated to the U.S. mostly in the middle of the 19th century, directly from Switzerland and Alsace. After the 18th century immigration of most Amish via the Palatinate. So, remember, you have eastern France, you get on into Germany, and right below Germany, right here, is Switzerland. So, you're looking at an interesting region of middle of Europe there. So, several forms of German are usually how they're what their languages are. Pennsylvania Dutch is the big one you often hear about. Sometimes referred to as Pennsylvania German, and it is a variety of Palatine German, also known as Palatinate German or Palatine Dutch, spoken by the Pennsylvania Dutch, including the Amish, Mennonites, Fancy Dutch, and other descendants of German immigrants in the area. And of course, because they live in a mostly English-speaking country, they speak English. So yeah. Places with populations, large populations in Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Notable populations in Kentucky, Missouri, Michigan, New York, Wisconsin. So yeah, it's that New York, and then down to Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Missouri, Indiana, Michigan's back over top of Ohio, and then Wisconsin is over here across one of the Great Lakes. I can't remember which. I think it's to the left. Because I think to the right side, that Great Lake is Minnesota, I'm wanting to say. I could be wrong, but I'm trying to remember. As far as Canada, mainly in the, I don't know if they mean the province or city of Ontario. I would assume province. But yeah. But just, we had to talk a little bit about who the Amish people are. If we're going to do talking about a video like that. But yeah. Great video. I'll put links to Amish Paradise and a link to Gangster's Paradise, what it spoofed, in the description box as always. But yeah, as always, whoop, whoop, whoop. Educate myself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I didn't mean for the video to go this long, but I got busy talking and just working on things. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.